What did we witness?
I was really sitting in the theater the majority of the time like this. Doing the thinker pose, like it took so much to process to be like, what is this supposed to mean?
Honey, this is not a floppy disk movie that you are about to watch. It's a good couple gigabytes of information that you're going to need to process the best that you can. Because when I tell you it was good,
make sure.
But you're gonna need to bring your brain because
make sure you eat before you watch this movie, because your brain will be doing a lot of processing.
And that's where a lot of people may be having issues with this. But let's get to it. It's your boy Matty Rants
and Jamar 4,
and we're gonna talk about Us, the movie by Jordan Peele. Excuse me, Jordan Peele. Okay, the movie by Jordan Peele. That's the follow-up to Get Out. This is a sophomore effort, and again, he's keeping it within the horror genre. I'm using quotations because it wasn't a horror movie to me. Psychological thriller for sure. Thriller on the deep thriller
with
part.
Dashes of comedy relief in
comedy and horror. Yeah, I would say psychological thriller with dashes of comedy and horror. That would make more sense for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, the run through of the movie,
without
spoiling it, because towards the end, everybody, we'll give you an alert. We're going to talk about a couple of things that we need to discuss with the film, but this is for those who haven't seen it. Basically, this family's on vacation in Santa Cruz, and they're visiting some friends, but they end up meeting their doppelgangers outside of their house. Now, prior to that, we witnessed a scene with a young girl going into a fun house and seeing herself.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's all we're gonna do. That is all I'm gonna do, because if I go any further, it'll give too much information.
When I saw this trailer, and I knew it was being made by Jordan Peele, and it was a follow up to Get Out, and seeing how Get Out made you think and how it has so many layers and different facets to it, I'm like, okay, based off of this trailer, I have no idea what to think of this movie. I had no idea how to interpret what was happening in that trailer, but they gave you just enough. Enough to go in like, I know what's supposed to happen, but I have no real idea.
Absolutely agree. Because when we watched Pet Sematary while we were waiting for the movie, I feel like I've seen the entire movie. And lucky we all have from the old one, but still.
I mean, they gave
it was like
what
the beginning, the middle, the end. I was like, okay, do we need to go see this?
They didn't even need to show us like the daughter.
Yeah, because
it was really
it was really the son in the original one that was supposed to be more impactful because he was an infant.
Just leave it at the animals. This is Paul Pet Cemetery. They gave nothing. Like, we already know what the main twist is, but whatever.
It's like, okay, but that's not. I mean, we brought that up to bring up the point that Jordan Peele and the team behind it, you guys. Thank you for giving us a very good teaser and a very good trailer after that did not give too much away. Because when I tell you, all the people in the movie theater, it was very quiet. Everyone didn't want to mess up.
Everybody was processing.
We're like, what?
Trying to figure out what is happening.
You laughed at the right times, though. You laughed at the right times. And the comedy was good.
And it wasn't too much. It wasn't overbearing. It was just like a little, hee hee ha ha. Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
Let's get back to it.
Even in the midst of something crazy happening, Winston Duke, and shout out to you for coming off of M'Baku and giving us Dad. He was hilarious. He was almost the Homer Simpson of the entire team.
He was a comedic relief.
I mean, Lupita had great moments throughout this entire film.
Put her whole vagina in this role.
She needs to be nominated for something for this. Absolutely.
Just her facial expressions sell whatever. Because I was like,
and her doppelganger part. Now that one right there, that one right there, that one right there. Listen. Oh, and the daughter too, and the son also as well. I found myself falling in love with these characters, Jamar.
There was nobody that felt insignificant.
Even the side characters too. Which shout out to Tim Heidecker. Tim and Eric, Awesome show. I was like, Jamar, that's him. It's him.
That show came on so long ago. I would not even
2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, honey, with nothing but randomness and fuckery.
It was Tim and Eric, awesome show. Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Super
Jail.
Super Jail's still great.
What was that one about there was like the rock star apocalyptic something?
Oh, that's
what was that called? Metalocalypse.
Okay.
Yes, those are the early morning in the middle of the night shows. I know when those shows come on, it's time for me to go to bed.
I watched every one of them. But it was nice to see Tim in there, and it was nice to see my good girl from Handmaid's Tale in there as well, giving us that good old face tease, because bitch can act, okay?
Was she the wife?
She was the wife. Remember when she was in the scene where she was just, okay. All right.
I can't talk
about that. We can't, see, we're going to give too much away. So I want to go ahead and just say that the movie's plot was very well done. It made you think. You had to look for clues. There were certain aspects that you found in the movie that you're like, oh, this relates to Get Out, or oh, this is the same, or oh, this and that. You are putting the pieces together. Jordan Peele, thank you for allowing my brain to work this afternoon.
Because I need to refuel.
Honey, I have to go get something to eat and smoke a blunt after this, because I was like, bitch, I am drained, but it was a good draining. It was like, ooh.
It made you feel like, because the first, I feel like with Get Out, we weren't ready, we didn't know, and it was just like a high heel kick punch. This time, it's like, okay, now we know what to go in. I feel like I figured you out. And he was like, You thought it was just going to not make sense, and it was going to be random doppelgangers.
So, Jamar, what do you give this score, tease? What do you feel in your heart of hearts? On an A, B, C, D, E, F level, where are you at?
I mean, it started out as like a C, and then towards the final 15 minutes, it went straight up to an A. I was like, oh.
Because 15, girl, was it?
Because the first, I'm like, this is not...
It went a little slow.
I was
a little slow. Because you're like, what am I supposed to be looking at?
I'm confused.
Then as things start to pull together, it's
like 1 + 1 is 2.
Oh.
1 + 1 is 2, and things start to add up. Yep.
So for me, I'm going to agree, but I'm going to also give it a different score in the beginning, because I'm one of those people that likes to process stuff, and when I watch films, I don't want to feel like, oh, I already know what the ending's going to be, because that's what I did with a lot of horror movies and a lot of my reviews. I figure it out. It's my job. I gave it a B in the beginning because while it was slow, and I do like a good trickle to the good summer, baby, I do like that, I wanted some other context clues to be given with something that happened towards the end later. And that's just me being selfish, but I could have really used that in the beginning for a couple of stuff that happened.
Why I think they leave things like that out is because it makes it fun for the fan fiction to have interpretations, and it can be one thing, and people are like, oh, I saw it this way, and I feel like it keeps the film fresh, as opposed to just giving you every detail as to why this, that, and the fourth.
I agree.
We're gonna leave some nuggets out and allow you to figure them out.
There was one nugget that they really could have told us towards the beginning, because when I tell you something had like just threw me off for like 45 minutes, and then when they finally show what it is, I was like, oh shit, and then it just goes on from there. But it was a B for me, and then it got to the A, I want to say, halfway through, once they meet their doppelgangers and everything starts to go, that's when the film started to just move. It was like no stopping. Everything was quick. You got nervous for everybody. It was like...
You started questioning, why is this? How come this is...
And why them? And what's happening here? So, I give it an A. Jamar's on the A. It's a great movie. Go see it in theaters now. Shout out to Vista Theater over here off of Sunset. What that? Sunset in Hollywood?
Sunset in Vermont.
Sunset in Vermont over there. That's my new little movie theater spot, honey. Y'all gonna see me. Free popcorn next time, baby. No, I just like the fact it's old school. It's one screen.
Yeah, a lot of
very nice. Thumbs
intricate, interior design.
Ooh,
very,
it had
very interesting.
Beautiful stuff on the interior. Now it's time for spoilers.
If you have not seen the film, stop watching. If you have not seen the film, stop watching. Somebody's still gonna comment, you spoiled the film. Well, this is what happens when you scroll to the ending of the video.
And we've given you about 30 seconds to get the fuck off. Okay, so
let's discuss.
Right. So me and Jamar had to do the Easter egg videos afterwards, and the whole can you talk about certain stuff? There was few not too much to where I hated the confusing parts of it. It was just like I need to know what that was. I want to give a shout out to one thing that I noticed at the beginning of this movie, which were the movies that were sitting on the actual shelves themselves. I already knew those were Jordan Peele's favorites. I could just see it. I was like, Chud, Nightmare on Elm Street, which referenced the gloves perfectly.
That much I knew. The color and the glove.
The red part, I was like,
I could see. I didn't catch the Michael Myers reference though. That one I was
with
like,
the mask. I would have said something
have.
different with that one, but I was like, okay, well, I'm cool with it. Chud was very much. That was a dead giveaway, now that I'm thinking about it, because it has to do with people living underground, which now that we've said all this, let's just run it through. All right, full spoiler. Girl, basically the government was creating or cloning people to have their clones then take over them in I guess, up on the upper land or up top. And it didn't work out because they couldn't get the soul of the people, so that it was a failed experiment. And they were
they were just kind of like zombies.
They were emulating everything that was happening on top. But they weren't given exactly what was on top. So what ends up happening is that the worlds just merge. It just went whoop, and they came up top, and
Something that still eludes me.
Yeah.
Is how? Okay, so Homegirl was switched at the end. Mm-hmm. What was stopping her from going back up? As the same way that Homegirl walked in, what was stopping her from going back?
Well, how would that have worked out? No, remember, it had to be planned, because how she got up there the first time was just on fucking luck. The second time, because there was things that were, I guess, holding them down there, and they had to like pull a plan together, or she had to pull a plan together.
Because
so she was handcuffed down there, and I'm sure whatever happened afterwards, it was like, I don't know where I'm going. Because remember, she choked her, knocked her out, put her in the bed, so she may not have realized where she needed to be.
As far as navigating to
Yeah. And then after that, she just figured, I'm going to have to pull all these people together because we have to do this as a mass unit in order to make a statement.
Oh, girl.
I was hearing it. I was like, oh, no. She couldn't have done that.
That was the mail. Like,
she couldn't have done that.
It just came like, how the... But anyway.
Couldn't have done that. Did you catch the Fruit Loop sitting on the table in the middle of that scene after that the other family was killed, and the milk was sitting in the cup separately? And I was like, now, if that ain't it... I was like, bitch, that was one of my favorite parts of Get Out, because it was so...
I think that all of the scenes in that house of the neighborhood were probably where most of my favorite parts were, because...
That was kind of an iconic scene itself.
Homegirl, listen...
When she came with that little putter, it started wearing out.
The daughter, let me talk about the daughter real quick, because she gave me good moments, and then there were moments where I wanted to read her. Because when Homegirl told you to run, you did not run the way that you should have. That was not the run of, I'm running for my life. This is, I'm tired.
That was, I need to get to the bathroom, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning and my legs ain't woke back up.
But where you did give me the instinct was when you had that club, you walked up them stairs, and Homegirl came, boop!
Bitch looked at her brother and was
no question.
Like,
instinct,
you know what's
that
up.
is what we do.
We go get mom. We're getting mom back.
And ask questions later.
beat them girls up, honey. I was here for
Wore
that.
them out in that bathroom stall.
Woo! She said she had to shake her arm off. I was like, yes, queen, yes. There was a couple of other stuff too I just really liked about
really
it.
Lot,
the Jeremiah 11:11, that whole scripture in itself was like foretelling. If you didn't know the Bible, girl, you ain't seen them, honey.
Once this said Jeremiah, I'm like,
ooh, you already know where that book is going. Oh, good stuff.
It's just, see, this can go on for a long time. We're trying.
Yeah, we can break it down,
short.
but this is probably it for us here. Go see the damn movie.
I do. I want to give light to the comedic parts of the movie that were funny.
They were needed, and it was awesome.
First of all, they all stem from the husband, Gabe, his character,
his Homer Simpson, just dumb. Did you really just say that? A lot of it. Did you really just say? Remember when he was like, "I'll give you my money"? She's like, "Gabe."
She's like, "That's what's
not
going."
They don't want that. The daughter. They don't want our money. Dad.
She's like, "Nobody cares about the boat. Nobody cares about the boat."
Yeah, nobody cares about the boat.
I hope she got a lot of ziggers. She was like, "I'm driving."
She's like, "Dad's leg is busted by the That was the funniest part. No, I have the highest skill count.
I killed myself.
I've technically killed 2 people. I've killed him and myself.
I was like, why are they making this like it's a game? I was like, what is going on?
That was the best. I live for it. Because it was a real moment. Like, now let's be honest. I've been putting into work today. And the little
like,
boy in the back.
your
Well, I
leg
put
is
in
broke.
work too. What should we know? Actually, I killed the other girl. Thank you.
Shout out to Alexa being Ophelia in the film.
Ophelia, Call the Police, playing the
Fuck the Police by NWA. I said, really? I said, really? Wow.
Oh my goodness. I also enjoyed the fact that when they did call the police, it wasn't some bullshit situation where it was like, oh, we'll be available to you in 20 minutes or the police are running around. It was like, there's now pandemonium. All the lines are busy. The news is on.
That's why I'm like, when is the police
The
ever
Hands Across
busy?
America part was that was like, whoa. Like, to bring that and to see that line. Oh my God. It was, go see the movie.
The ending, it turns out that throughout the entire movie, Lupita's character, we're thinking, is this
Adelaide, yeah.
This upstanding mother protecting her children from this traumatic experience that she had as a child.
That she got away from. Girl.
We find out the last 5 minutes that she is actually what they're called the tethered, or the fake, the doppelganger, what have you.
A weird thing. And
Very
the scissors made
interesting.
sense now because then it releases the tether. Oh.
Like, I'm trying to figure out what is the meaning of these jackets, these instruments that they're having, and the whole Hands Across America. She lived her entire life underground with these tethered.
Most of her life, which is
Well,
crazy.
primarily.
Because that means that she had a taste of it and then got put down there. And while
And
the
then
other
watch
one...
that speech, when she first opened her mouth.
Ooh! Give her Oscar for that whole moment. That whole moment.
First I was like, I didn't understand. I'm like, what is the significance of her voice sounding like that?
I didn't get that either.
And then
Now
I'm like,
I get it.
I'm
Now
like,
it's
but
fucking
wait.
brilliant.
But wait.
Mm-hmm.
While she was down there, was she not able to use her voice? Would it have given her away? Why didn't
She hadn't
she
used
use
it in so long because no one could talk to her.
Because,
What's the
like,
point of
what was the-
speaking?
nobody-
What's the point of speaking? Think about that. Hi, how are you doing? Oh, okay.
Because it's like, why is everybody else like, yeah?
Because she learned to communicate with them by doing vocal stuff and telling them that means this means that. Isn't that fucking brilliant? I mean, that's what I'm saying. For those who I've seen online who've been like, this is such a bad movie, I'm like, y'all didn't just take your brain out.
You had to
take your brain out.
Really,
and start to scrub and make yourself think
because
about
now,
stuff.
If y'all watch this now and y'all didn't know the things that we said, don't a lot of that stuff make more sense now? The stuff that you thought was stupid? It's like,
She's saying the itsy bitsy spider. Think of the song, and then when she got switched, as the spider crawls up the drain and takes her place, like, out comes the sun and washes on it, and the itsy bitsy spider
crawls up the what?
Water spout.
Again.
Which was the sewer. Also, in the beginning of the movie, they actually give, like, a lot of it away by telling you there are underground tunnels throughout the entire thing. They are still existing today.
Considering what people have seen, they've only had the trailer and the basic, what they had from the movie, that probably was just like, what does this mean?
I knew they came from underground. I just wanted to know if it was the government or if it was something else. And then when it got into this really crazy thing and the whole rabbits in that part too and Jesus, like, it was a lot.
My brain still hurts. I need to eat.
All right, everybody. We done with this review. We got it through for you. Thank you. Please, again, watch us. We do reviews and everything else as well. And also go see the movie. It's in theaters now. Jordan Peele, thank you. Call me for the next one. I'll be there. You know you need a little light skin love in there, honey bunny. Also, shout out for the melanin magic we got from this.
Oh, yeah. Melanin.
It wasn't stereotypical. It wasn't boom, boom, boom. Like,
but it wasn't forced.
It was the right stuff. The right stuff. Links down below. If you want to donate to the channel, paypal.me/Matty Rants, Cash App $Matty Rants. You also know where the Teespring account is for the merchandise store. Thanks for tuning in. Hugs and kisses, all the best love and wishes to you. It's your boy Matty Rants.
And Jamar 44.